My dear friends, today in the series of real numbers, yesterday, as I have told you, how to prove the irrationality of square root of 2. So today we will prove the irrationality of square root of 3. How square root of 3 is an irrational number. Okay. So same way, method of contradiction we will use here. So proof. Let me write here answer. Proof. So for proof, we are using their method of contradiction. Method of contradiction. So method of contradiction says that if we have to prove this irrational number under root 3 is irrational number, we assume that yes, under root 3 is rational number. We are not assuming it irrational. We are assuming it yes, it is rational number. So this is contradiction method. Okay. So I will write here let square root 3 is a rational number. Is a rational number. Now if square root of 3 is rational number, so rational number are those number which cannot be written, which can be written in the form of p by q. So it implies what? It implies you can write square root of 3 as p by q, because it is rational number. We have assumed it is rational number. So if it is rational number, you can write it in the form of p by q, where what? Where p and q are what? P and q are integers. Integers such that q is not equals to 0. Q should not be equals to 0. If q is 0, then this term will become infinity. Is it clear? Yes. So q cannot be 0. Now we assume that this p and q have some common factors. Means let's say yesterday also I have told you if p is equals to 15 and q is equals to 25. Okay. So p you can write as 5 multiply 3 and q you can write as 5 multiply 5. It means p and q have some common factor. P and q have some common factor which is 5 and 3. Now you cancel those factors and what will come? That will be the co-prime numbers. That will be the co-prime numbers. Why co-prime numbers? Because 3 and 5 nothing have common. The numbers those who have nothing as common are known as co-prime numbers. So 3 and 5 has, these are the new number. Old number were 15 and 25 p and q. They were having some common 5 like. So 5 cancel out. So 3 and 5 left. So 3 and 5 are co-prime number because they have nothing common now. So such numbers are known as co-prime. So same way let PQ have some common numbers. Like in the case for example I have told you what? They have 5 common. Okay. So now let P and Q have some common factors. Don't know what? Some common factors. Now what will happen? By cancelling those common factors, we get a by b. Means by cancelling those by p by q, we are getting a by b. We are getting a by b such that a and b are co-prime numbers now. Co-prime numbers. Means you will be cancelling again and again till you are not getting the co-prime numbers. So a and b are co-prime numbers. So it implies what? It implies square root of 3 can be written as p by a by b, because after writing p by q they were having something common, we have cut it, so the number left, it is now a by b. Is it clear? Clear na? Now this will multiply here, so it will be square root of 3 into b will be equals to a. Now squaring both sides. After squaring both sides, what will happen? Square root of 3 into b whole square will be equals to a square. You can write here squaring both sides. Is it clear? Now this is 3. So it implies square root of 3 is 3 and square of b is b square will be equals to a square. Is it clear? This you assume as equation number 1. Now what I am doing, just look here. Now have a look. It implies b square is, this 3 will divide there, b square will be equals to a square by 3. Now what does this mean? This implies that a square divided by 3 means 3 is dividing a square. 3 is dividing a square means you can write 3 divides a square. 3 divides a square. Now if 3 divides a square, so 3 will divide a also, because earlier we have done a theorem that if p divides a square, so p will divide a also. Same way here also. If 3 divides a square, so 3 will divide a also. So it implies, you can write from here, it implies 3 divides a also. Okay. Now if a 3 is dividing a, if 3 is dividing a, so some answer will come. If 3 divides a, 3 divides a, so some answer will come. Let this answer is c. Let this answer is c. It implies a will be equals to what then? A will be equals, this 3 will multiply there, a will be equals to 3c. A will be equals to 3c. Is it clear? Now squaring both sides again here. You square both sides. So it will be a square will be equals to 3c whole square. You can write here squaring both sides. So it implies a square is equal to 3 square of 3 9 and square of c is c square. So now you have the value of a square is equal to 3 9c square. Value of a square is 9c square. So now put this value of a square in equation number 1. Here I am putting the value, this one value. Now you can write here, put value of a square in equation number 1. So what I am getting, just look at 3b square. It will be 3b square will be equals to us 9c square. 3b square is equals to a square na. So in place of a square, what you will write there? 9c square. So write it here 9c square. So this 3 will cancel 9 3 times. So it implies b square is equal to 3c square. It implies what? It implies c square is equal to b square by 3. C square is equal to, this 3 will divide that b square by 3. Now what does this mean? This 3 is dividing b square. It implies what? It implies was 3 divides b square. Okay na? That is why it is division sign here na. So 3 divides, if 3 divides b square, what does this mean? It means 3 divides b also. 3 divides b also, because 3 dividing b square, so 3 divides b also. Now look here, 3 is dividing b also and 3 is dividing a also. It means what? A and b have 3 as common factor. Are you getting it? Because 3 divides a also and 3 divides b also, it means a and b has 3 and 3 as common. But earlier we have assumed a and b are co-prime numbers, they have nothing common here. But again what happened? They have gained. So 3 has become the common factor of a and b again. So it means what? Our assumption was wrong. You can write here, it implies 3 is the common factor of a and b. 3 is the common factor of a and b. Why? Because 3 is dividing b also and 3 dividing a also. So 3 is the common factor of a and b. But we have assumed here a and b are co-prime numbers, means a and b have nothing common. But here 3 came as common factor of a and b. So our assumption was wrong. This is the wrong answer na. Why this answer is coming wrong? Because we have assumed some wrong concept here. Okay. So now you write here, from after this you will write here. Okay. It implies, this is contradiction na. A and b have nothing common here. Now a and b have, this 3 has come common factor of a and b. So this is the contradiction of the fact that a and b are co-prime number. So you can write it, this is the contradiction of the fact that a and b are co-prime this is P, co-prime numbers. This is the contradiction, na? They have nothing common here. Now 3 came common factor here. So this is the contradiction. This contradiction has arisen how? Why? Why this contradiction has arisen? This contradiction has arisen because we have assumed under root 3 is a rational number. We have assumed what here? We have said that let under root 3 is a rational number. So it means this was wrong. It means under root 3 is not a rational number. Under root 3 is irrational number. Is it clear? So this contradiction has arisen. This contradiction has arisen due to the fact that under root 3 is a rational number. It implies what? It implies under root 3 is not a rational number. Under root 3 is irrational number. It implies under root 3 is irrational number. Hence proved. So this way we will prove the irrationality of square root of under root 3. Square root of under root 3. This way you will prove the irrationality. Okay. So now yesterday I have told you how to prove the irrationality of square root of 2. Today I have told you the how to prove the irrationality of square root of 3. Now square root of 5. This will be your homework again. Yesterday I have given the homework. Square root of 5. Prove that square root of 5 is irrational number. So same is the concept. By same method you can write it here. Under root 5 is equals to P by Q. So this way. And prove that square root of 7 is irrational number. So same concept. Here add under root 7 is equals to P by Q. Same concept. So these two questions are for home, which you have to do on your own. Is it clear? So these two questions are for home. Try to solve these questions on your own. If you are not knowing again, then in the comment box you have to comment there, yes please tell that how will we prove the irrationality on root 5 and root 7. Okay, till then stay tuned. Bye bye.